Hello everyone, it's Beatrix. Man, I haven't played Edith Finch in a long time. So what did we do last time? We discovered... Oh man, Milton, Gus, Gregory, and Sam. We discovered their stories last time. I wonder if we can finish everyone in this episode. And then one thing I didn't realize was, so there's branches and then there's leaves. So Sanjay, Edith's father, is a leaf right next to Dawn. So I probably have to discover his story too. And then there's Sven. Sven is a leaf. And Agenborg is a leaf. And Kay is a leaf. Kay is Gregory's mother. So I don't know. I may have to discover all of their stories too. That would be really interesting. So before I get into it, let me switch the camera. Alright, and yeah, another thing. I don't know why I was looking at this as just people on the page when they're obviously on a tree, so I need to look at this as a family tree format. So of course Edith is there, and then her brothers Milton and Lewis are next to her. So down the branch is Dawn, her mother, and Sanjay, her father, is a leaf. And then Gus and Gregory are Dawn's brothers, or Edith's uncles. And then Sam is her grandfather, and then Molly, Barbara, Calvin, and Calvin are her great aunts and uncles. So it's cool. I was looking at it completely wrong last time, but yeah, we're totally into it now. And we just discovered Milton, so we'll see where the story takes me this time. Oh man, it's been so long. I need to figure out how to play this game again.
Mom spent months searching for my brother. Then she sealed the doors.
So this was his hideout, and then he drew a door with his magic pen. And walked through it and never came back.
Whatever Milton had found in the house, Mom didn't want it getting out.
Interesting. Okay. Do I just retrace my steps? I'm pretty sure I came from that classroom, so let's check up here. What's over here?
Mom definitely blamed Edie, but I think Lewis blamed himself.
Lewis. Oh.
After he graduated, he just spent more and more time in his room. Until Mom got him a job at the cannery.
Check out Lewis's room. Lewis, 1988 to 2010.
Everyone always told me to stay out of Lewis's room. Except Lewis.
A closer look. Have I looked through all of the peepholes or so? That's cool. This room looks so cool. Man, Lewis must have been really artistic. He has excellent taste in art. Come on, work with me. There we go. So it was this easy to go inside his room all this time?
Lewis's room smelled very, very familiar. That part of him lived on.
San Juan. Marijuana. Legalize marijuana. Sure, why not? No, I'm not trying to go back out. Turn around, Edith. Go back in. I need to read a story. Man, are things gonna get trippy? I don't want to go out there yet. He seemed to like his medication and his games. Cool.
Lewis and I spent a lot of time playing games together, but he was surprisingly bad at them. He died a lot.
High school diploma. What about you, Edith? Were you good at video games? You can still like games and be bad at them. Edith Finch.
Dear Mrs. Finch, as Lewis's psychiatrist, I can understand your desire for an explanation. As I see it, the trouble began in January, shortly after we convinced your son to seek treatment for substance abuse.
Yeah.
Newly sober, I believe Lewis first noticed the monotony of his daily life.
Oh no, this is disturbing already.
He kept working at the cannery, but he withdrew part of himself.
Okay.
In our sessions, I saw the same behavior. His mind began to wander.
What's that over there, though? I didn't know I could control. Am I supposed to be doing both at the same time?
I asked him to describe it. He said he started small, imagining a labyrinth. He'd feel his way about. Then something moved. Bats. And toads.
This is so bizarre. It's like I'm controlling both at the same time with the two Joy-Cons. Joysticks, I mean. So what do I do with the bats and toads?
And things that have not names.
Ooh.
He knew it was all in his head.
Huh.
But he took it very seriously. I had hoped he'd find himself.
I love how this game just doesn't tell you how to play it. It doesn't give you any hints or anything. It doesn't say move the left Joy-Con to control the character. It's great. I mean, what else are you going to do with a job like
But
this?
he found something more.
Whoa.
I worried about him then. Daydreaming at the cannery. I spoke with his boss. But he said Lewis had become a model employee. Methodical, tireless, focused. Like a whole new Lewis. So I let him go on. I even encouraged him. It seemed very promising at first. He told me he'd made a new friend.
Hello there. Follow me. Oh man.
On the edge of a city he named Lewis Topia.
Lewistopia.
He built the city up slowly, brick by brick. Then he made musicians.
This is so cute. He made his own little
And songs
world
for them to play.
in his head.
He talked about starting a band. and he was always humming something. Every day his imagination grew stronger.
This is so strange. I mean, it's even strange.
He no
how
longer
the
spoke at the cannery,
whole town is worshipping him.
but his
Praising
chopping
him.
was as reliable as ever.
So glad
Then
to
one
see
day
him.
it struck him that all the cheering crowds, even the stones under his feet, were all in his imagination,
Yep.
so he could do whatever he wished.
Oh no. Well, you can. I can't go up here. What if I went over here? Well, let's go over there. Like,
He held an election for mayor, and he won.
of course he did.
They begged him to stay, but his mind was already wandering.
This is so bizarre.
It became a game for him.
So I'm sailing in the
He'd
water.
conquer a city, then immediately push on.
Is the fish gonna become like sea
New
creatures?
Louisville.
New Louisville.
St. Louis.
He conquered cities. St.
He
Louis.
started drifting away from our reality.
This is all in his head. Oh, I still have a fish on
Minneapolis.
me. Minneapolis.
Until one day he forgot to go home from the cannery.
Huh.
Even as his mother pleaded with him, part of Louis kept sailing on.
Wow, that's my mother right there, and I can't even see her. That's Dawn. She's right there, and I can't even. So in the cannery, this is where he can just tune out
In
and be in
Louisville,
his world.
he heard rumors of a beautiful prince. The prince was on his own quest for
So I can choose. No, radiant rainbows.
radiant rainbows.
Let's make it happy. Oh no! I missed the rainbow! I knocked the rainbow over! Aww! Okay, let's
He
get
followed
the
the
fish.
sound of his
Silver harp, electric guitar. Let's do electric guitar. Seems like a
electric sitar.
little sitar. Seems like a punk rock kind of boy. Oh, this is so neat! I love this. This game is so creative.
His chase led him to a golden palace east of the sun and west of the moon. Even then, his logic remained sound.
Now his imagination is taking up the whole screen.
He knew the world was all in his imagination.
I love how it started from a 2D maze and now it's a complete
He was so
3D
proud
world.
of having created it.
Wow. And once I slice a fish, the door's gonna open.
In his own eyes, he'd become something greater than a king.
And I love how they're conditioning even me to make this such a autonomous task.
For someone who'd never known success in the real world, I think it was overwhelming. And then it struck him that the real Lewis was not the one chopping salmon, but the one climbing the steps of a golden palace. My imagination is as real as my body, he told me. It was hard to argue with him.
Am I back in my own world instead of the imaginary one? Man, what is that? I mean, it looks too bright to be blood, but what on earth is it?
Began to forget the world we know. I think it pained him to remember Lewis, the cannery worker.
It's all the fish I chopped.
He began to despise the man with a royal contempt.
Huh. You're not gonna come and kill yourself, are you? Your imagination is gonna come and kill your real self? I don't know. He's not even slicing fish anymore.
I still thought I could save him. Even after he said he was being crowned king over all the lands of wonder.
Wait. Nope, I can't go back.
The palace would be packed with his companions.
They're all faceless. And they still have me on this treadmill, so I can't go back even
Including
if
the
I wanted
wise
to.
Calico who'd insisted on advising me.
I can't get off of it.
His prince waited, holding his crown. There was only one thing left to do. Bend down his head.
Oh no. Oh no, 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 no. No! That is a chopping block! Holy crap! Wait, no, no, no. You know this game is not gonna let me do anything but chop off my head. And this music is so joyous and happy. Oh my gosh.
The rest I think you know. Mrs. Finch, your son was a kind man who will be missed by all of us who knew him.
Wow. The storytelling in this game is excellent. It's so creative and...
My brother was really cool. I wish you could have met him.
so creative and artistic and so compelling. It just pulls you in, and each story is so uniquely different, and it has a different gimmick to it. I love it. Oh wow. Lewis Finch.
On the way back from Lewis's funeral, my mom told me to start packing. She waited until the day before we left to tell Edie. I I'm not sure if she wanted to make it easier or harder.
So Edith and her family left the house when she was 11. And that's it's around the same time that Lewis died, shortly after.
I wish we'd stayed.
Interesting. What am I stepping on?
But I understand why we left.
Edith, Mom, Odin?
My mom ended up leaving everything behind. What happened that night had been coming for a long time.
Edith.
Maybe I should have come sooner.
Is this my room? Don't tell me you're dead all this time.
But it had to end one way or another. All that's left now is to tell you about that last night.
Okay, hold on. If I read this story, will I be able to go back and find Dawn and Edie and Odin? Because I know I think there's a pathway in the very first area of the house that I never explored. Let's just go forward, see where it takes me. If I have to start this whole story over just to get those last 2 stories, I will. Odin, Edie, and Dawn. So my mother, and then my great-grandmother and great-grandfather. Maybe that's intentional. Maybe they left those for last, and I haven't missed anything. We'll see. Oh, wow. I am so apprehensive as to what this is going to entail. Let's do it. Oh, so you're writing your story.
That whole last day, Edie just watched us pack and didn't say a word. Until supper, when she raised her glass and said,
"To our final night together, and all our final nights apart."
Grandma, you know what I said about alcohol. Some of your medications are very
Edith,
specific.
I left a present for you in the hallway. Why don't you go open it? The grown-ups have to argue now.
I'm sorry, you're right. We're all leaving tomorrow. Let's just enjoy our last...
I'm not leaving.
Edith, you're excused.
Wow. So
the power had been shut off that morning, but Edie always had plenty of candles.
This is the same house. This is the basement. There's the music box. Okay, then can
When my mom said the library, I don't think she knew about the other entrance.
Wow. What if I want to go upstairs? There's so many places I want to explore.
Or that Edie had a key to it.
That thing you're afraid of isn't going to end when you leave the house.
Wow.
Edith has a right to know these stories.
My children are dead because of your story. I think it's best if Edith and I leave tonight. We'll have the nursing home send a van for you in the morning. Okay?
Wow. History of the Finches. by Edie Finch.
Dear Edith, there's so many stories I wish I could tell you, but there's only time for one. This is about what happened on the night you were born.
Wow.
That night, the tide went way, way out.
Oh, I know where I am. There are no
It was
graves
the
here.
first and last time I ever saw the old house aground. There'd been an earthquake out in the middle of the ocean. They called it the lowest tide in 1,000 years. God, it smelled awful. You know, I've seen that house every day of my life. But I never thought I'd go back to it.
Ooh, the old house.
When the fog rolled in, I lost my way.
Oh no. Wait a minute. I was looking at my body to see what I looked like, but then I didn't know I was about to get lost in the
I got
fog.
turned around. I started seeing things.
Dear?
Things I'd forgotten had ever existed.
I'm just hitting straight. I don't want to turn unless the game makes
But
me.
when I saw them, they felt like old friends. That night, a lot of things came back to me. Or maybe I came back to them.
I made it to the house though.
Things I can't explain, but that I need you to try and...
Edith, what are you doing in here?
It's mine.
Edith!
Mom, you're gonna rip it. Let go.
Aww.
I kicked and screamed, but Mom dragged me to the car. I never saw Great Grandma Edie again.
That's so sad.
The next morning, the van came to pick her up, but she was already gone. After that, we moved around a lot. We both tried to make the best of it. A few years went by.
This game is
My
so
mom didn't like to
artistic.
talk about it. But she started getting sick a lot. The rest happened pretty quickly.
Oh.
She got better for a while, and then she didn't.
Wow.
And then I
some
was
good
alone.
Animation there. Poor Edith.
The last Finch left alive. Until I found out about you. I'm still not sure what to tell you about all this. If we lived forever, maybe we'd have time to understand things. But as it is, I think the best we can do is try to open our eyes. And appreciate how strange and brief all of this is. This journal was supposed to be for you. But now I hope you'll never see it.
Wow.
I just want to meet you and tell you all these stories myself. But I guess if you're reading this now, things didn't work out that way.
Oh no.
This is where your story begins. I'm sorry I won't be there to see it. It's a lot to ask, but I don't want you to be sad that I'm gone. I want you to be amazed that any of us ever had a chance to be here at all. Good luck.
Oh no. She had a son February 14th to 2017. How did she die? In childbirth? What happened? The house is still here. Story by Giant Sparrow for Shirley Dallas. Oh man. 2013, 1948 to 2013. The fact that these are real pictures, it's so precious. San Juan Ale. So this is the credits then. This is the end of the game. You know, I still think I'm convinced that I missed a story or two. And I hate that. But, well, because I think I was looking at the trophies and I get a trophy for finding all the stories. Well, maybe I'll have to wait until the end of the credits to see exactly what happens. So let me not speak just yet. But this game is so... It's different than any other game I've played before. This is like an interactive movie in the truest sense. Thanks, Joanne. Cool. I'll have to check out those trophy descriptions. Wow, I love these pictures. This game is beautiful. The storytelling is wonderful. It's excellent. Now the poor kid is the last Finch. Finch Jr. Alright, I'll check in with you all after the credits. We'll see what lies for us there. The end. The replay story option is now available. Select Edith to play from the beginning. Huh. Okay. So... really the only one I missed was Odin. I got Dawn and Edie. Okay, let's replay a story. So yeah, you see Odin, I haven't found Odin. Okay, I must find Odin, and I think I know where he is. So let me, okay, let's do it. Let's start with Edith. Yes. And we'll see what we can do differently.
The woods around the house have always been uncomfortably silent.
Ooh, cool, I got a new trophy.
As if
All
they're
woods.
about to say something, but never do.
Nice, I love trophies. Who's
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room.
Yeah, that's Walter's room. So, around the corner and over here, I checked this out, but I never came back. So let's go here and see what I can find.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Oh man! So I played the whole game expecting that something is here. but it's just a locked door? Okay, in that case, now I have no idea where Odin's story is. If I replay a story, will it let me continue as Edith after that? Man, where's a good place to... Yes? Okay, the game's frozen. Is that a glitch? Because I never discovered that story, so how can I replay it? So is here where I can discover his story?
Her room was like a museum. For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
But...
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan.
Wow! And I even discovered this before, but I didn't know I had to switch the pictures like that.
On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind. But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea.
Oh, that's the original house.
Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island.
Baby Molly, wow.
Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
Wow.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
And that's little Molly there.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Wow! All this time I had it, but I missed it. Oh man. Okay. Oh man, I wish everything ends, finally. I think that's the trophy I was looking for. Oh, I wish I found that all those episodes ago. Well, 2 episodes ago. And I wish I ended it on Edie's last story. But it was still a beautiful adventure. I still enjoyed it. So we never found out what the monster was. I was really hoping to have like a present encounter with the monster, come face to face with it, have everything connected and explained. I guess that's for me to do on my own time. Wow, this game is genius though. I love it.
Killed by a dragon.
Okay, let me...
She could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed.
Let me stop walking around because she's gonna keep talking. This game is great. I loved it. I'm glad I found all the stories. I'm glad you were here with me. Thank you for joining me on this journey of What Remains of Edith Finch. This is the last episode. It feels eerie. It feels like I need so much more. It feels... I mean, it feels complete and incomplete at the same time, if that makes sense. But I loved it. I loved everything about it. Thank you for joining me, and I will see you in the next one, whatever that will be. Bye.